Why would you believe what I say? That's a question I asked my wife. What are people interested in? And she said, that's not the right question. The right question is, who cares? Why would they believe anything you say? So let me explain. It is within your power to believe what I say, but it requires belief, it requires faith. It's like a jigsaw puzzle that you've got several pieces on the bottom put on. And I can tell you something to build it here and here and here, but if I give you a piece that is way out here, you have no reference as to where it is. You just have to take it on faith that I say, well, the piece of puzzle goes here. And this is a very important piece, and it's critical that it is there. The problem is you have absolutely no reference. You have no way of knowing that. In this particular world, I highly doubt there are more than 4 or 5 people, and honestly I've never met even one on the planet that is able to have the spiritual understanding of truth in this particular realm that I do. Which is going to turn a lot of people off when I say stuff like that. But the interesting thing is, if I were to talk about the subject of seven-eyed purple aliens from outer space, well, thousands of people would be interested, and I could grab their attention and have a great YouTube following because I would be speaking of something that they're interested in. They're interested in bullshit. They're not interested in the truth. And the truth is literally everything. Christianity, Buddhism, the Sanskrit teaching of Hinduism, every religion, every faith, Zen, all of them are stepping stones in a certain way, but all of those stepping stones only bring you up to a certain level. These stepping stones are like the Christian Tower of Babel. They will get you higher, but it doesn't bring you closer to God. Does that make sense? In other words, it's all good to learn these things, but there is no possible way of getting from the pinnacle of teaching to enlightenment. There's no way to get from the pinnacle of teaching to having an experience of contact with God. There's no way to do that. I've done it, but I would not say that I did it because I'm just, let's put it this way, 40 years ago, I would say 40 years ago, I needed answers that I could not find anywhere, and I talked to my wife and I said, would you please pray to God and get this answer for me, because God doesn't speak to me, but you can get the answer. That was the level of my faith at that particular time, and it has grown ever since to the point where now she a lot of times will ask me about certain things. So that's why you should listen to me. This is the first time in my entire life that I have been seen this way with my hair down. I have not even in my own home do I do this. This is a first for me. I tie it up. I work in my. I have a metal shop, a wood shop. I do artwork. I do metal. I do glass. And 100% of the time, it's always tied back and up. And so this is a first for me. So if I can go in public and look like a weirdo crackpot with long hair, maybe that would do something to prompt you to listen to what I have to say. I'm not trying to get followers. In fact, I have no followers. I'm not asking for any money. I will never ask for money. I don't do videos for money. I think it's a perverted thing to get money for teaching spiritual things. And so I guess that's why you should listen to me. But even at listening to me, I can only bring you up so far, and it's going to require the same thing. There's no way for me to drag you by with a rope. There's no way. There's no way. It requires faith to get, no matter where you are, to get from point A to point B. There's a huge gap, and you have to actually fly across from point A to point B. You have to fly. You know, like Jesus said, well, here he comes walking on water, raise people from the dead. Whether you believe this stuff or not is immaterial. The bottom line is, to get from point A to point B of enlightenment, you have to fly. And I'm not talking about it in an airplane, and I'm not talking about flying in the sense that I flap my wings and fly through the air. I mean, literally, it is as crazy as thinking you have to fly from point A to point B to actually go from what you are right now to enlightenment. In history's past, I don't know if there are any enlightened gurus today. I've seen every one on YouTube, and I don't know of any that are enlightened. None of them strike me as being enlightened. Some of them are close. But if you could find an enlightened guru, they would be able to help you get from point A to point B. It's not going to be easy, though, because they teach you how to fly, so to say, and I'm using fly as an analogy, even though they're teaching you, you actually have to do it. And most people give up. Most people find it so difficult to believe what a true enlightened guru is teaching. That's why it's so easy for gurus to lead people down the path to where they drink the Kool-Aid and they all die, or they get involved in all of these sex orgies and all this other bullshit that has nothing to do with God, but people surrender their common sense because they think that's what you're supposed to do, and they have all this faith and this pent-up desire, this rage that they want to know what the fucking truth is. I got to fucking know. And in doing so, they follow these gurus that like I said, they drink the Kool-Aid, they kill themselves, or they get involved in just crazy shit that is, your common sense inside you is telling you, what the fuck am I doing? But you keep doing it. And it takes that exact same type of following, if you will, to follow a true guru. The only difference is the true one is never going to have you involved in that kind of bullshit. But it will be just as hard. No, I take that back. it's more difficult. It's easier to lead people to drinking the Kool-Aid than it is to lead them to enlightenment. It's easier to lead totally rational people. It's easier to lead them from rationality to taking all their clothes off and get involved in some stupid fucking sex orgy or some crazy shit like that. It's easier to do that. And even though they're doing it, and all along they're going, what the fuck am I doing? But they want enlightenment so bad, or they want spirituality so bad, they're doing this crazy shit stuff. And the reason they're doing it is because the guru is a Satanist, an atheist, or some fucking weirdo. And they're all that way. All of them. From one degree to another. The true sign, one of the true signs of a truly enlightened guru is absolute love without the weird shit. The problem is what is love? You know, when a person tells you, well, this is the wrong way to think, you've got your head up your ass or whatever, well, you're going to think that that's not love. You're going to think that love is, well, the guru's going to tell you, oh, you're just a wonderful person and everything you're doing is so great. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're such a happy, loving person. Everything is just so hunky-dory. And you're going to go, yay, I'm on the right path. Because that's what you want to hear. You don't want to hear the truth. No way you want to hear the truth. Anyways. So that's what my wife said. Why would they believe what you say? Yeah, why would you? Why would you believe what I say? That's a difficult question. Why would you believe what I say? I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart that what I say is the truth. I stake my heart and soul on it. I take my soul to hell. May I vanish in a heartbeat. May I die a horrible death if I'm lying to you. I don't fucking care. Because I'm telling you the truth. I'm a man of God that says, fuck you. But I do love my brothers and sisters. This world is fucking crazy. Anyways, I hope to never make another crazy video like this one. Have a good day.